Okay, our objective today is to continue reviewing for the cumulative exam, which we're going to start this Friday. Just remember, it's on 6 chapters. It'll be about 100 points because it's on 6 chapters. You should definitely be prepared for that. We are going to attempt to play a review game tomorrow. Ms. Wingrove was looking over my answer key, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. I think you might like it, and it will be a good review for you. Okay, there's all different types of problems on there, all mixed up. Ben? You can, but not for points. Okay, but you still can, just to make sure you know what you're doing. And that goes for everyone. If you want to make test corrections, you may always do that, but I'm not adding points to your test. Okay, because if I did that, then I feel like you guys would think we would do that every time. That's not a true read of how you're doing and what you're retaining. Okay, Evan, did you have your hand up? Okay. So anyway, test Friday, just heads up for that. You'll have homework tonight, but then Thursday night your homework will be to study. Okay. All right, let's go through the warm-up. I'm just going to go through these answers quickly. I want you to tell me what you got, just to make sure that each one of you knows what you're doing, and then I'll come back to questions. So Josh, number 1. Good. Skylar, number 2. Over Y the second. Good job. Mike, number 3. Good job. Gio, number 4. Close. Nope. You were closer the first time. Ray? More number 4. And that's what Gio said. Make sure you're listening. Grace? Good job. Gio, were you going to say that? Make sure you distribute. Remember, power of a power. Distribute your exponent first, and then move the negative exponents to the bottom. Okay? John, make sure you go up to Mr. Sundow's room. Okay? And did any of you guys finish? Okay, that's fine. Okay, number 5, Amberly. Oh, Sam, I forgot about you. Did you finish? I'm thinking you're a 6th grader. Did you finish? Okay. Amberly, number 5. Good. Number 6, Drew. Nope. Move your negative exponent first. Nathan S., what did you get for number 6? Good job. 1 over 4x to the 5th. Make sure you've checked 1 through 6. I'm going to move to the next page. Okay, Jackie, number 7. Good. Number 8, Alexis. Okay, so anything to the 0 power is 1. So what is your answer really? Not 1. Okay, 7 over 1 or 7, because 7 times 1 is 7. Good. Then number 9.
12 over AB.
Good. 12 over AB. Number 10, Peyton. You're good, you're close unless I messed up. No, I didn't. You just forgot one thing. Kevin? Yeah, the h to the 3rd. You just forgot the 3. I do that sometimes too. Just take your time on the test of this part. Make sure you don't forget the exponents. Michelle, number 11. Anything to the 0 power is what? Good, 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So, Michelle, 2 times 0 is 0. So this is really x to the 0, which is equal to 1. Okay? Anything to the 0 power is 1. Joseph, number 12. Good job. 3x to the 7th over yz. That's a tough one. Okay, Evan, 13. Okay, you can also leave it as 4 to the 4th. On the test, the directions will say leave it in exponential form, but I would not mark that wrong if you had that. Kevin, 14. You lost your z exponent. Good job, z to the 7th. Okay, 15, Neil. Good job. Shane, 16. Good job. Okay, let's take a time out here on exponents. Any problem that you need me to explain, go over? Grace, what number? Always take care of getting rid of parentheses first. Remember our steps for exponents was step 1, get rid of those parentheses, which means we have to use our power of a power rule. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0. So that still is going to stay 0. And Grace, even if you did do it that way, r to the 0, that whole term turns to 1, not the exponent. You know what I mean? So even if you did do that way, that should still cancel. Okay. Greta. It's up there. Ray, did you have your hand up? What number? How to do it or what the answer is? Okay. So number 9, I'm going to actually, let me move this. Greta, are you okay on 7? Okay. All right, number 9, Ray, and anyone else that needs this. The very first thing that you want to do in our steps is get rid of parentheses. But are there any parentheses here? No. So step 2 is move negative exponents. So we are moving these to the bottom. Okay, did you do that first? Okay, so we end up with 4a to the 3rd, b to the 2nd, times 3, all over. That was an a to the 4th, b to the 3rd. When you move negative exponents, they become positive. Okay, Gio? Okay, hold on. I'm in the middle of 9. Let me finish 9, okay? Okay, Ray, next step, take 4 times 3, multiply it. Okay, so we have 12. And I'm going to rewrite a to the 3rd, b to the 2nd, all over a to the 4th, b to the 3rd. Okay, I'm going to keep moving this answer down. Next step, you need to simplify your a's. So when you're dividing same base, Ray, what do we do with exponents? Subtract them. So 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So we end up with a to the negative 1st. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So we have b to the negative 1st. Remember, any whole number or expression is over 1. These need moved to the denominator. So that's how you get this answer for 9. You okay? Positive? Okay, Gio, what was your question for 7? That's if they have exponents. So if it was something like this, you cannot multiply those together. Oh, we didn't multiply them together. So Gio, this right here, these two terms you're multiplying together. Remember how I always used to say just mush them together if you're multiplying? You're keeping the variables next to each other, but there still is, you just can't see it, there's an imaginary multiplication symbol between them. I just got rid of it because when you're multiplying variables, if they're right next to each other, that means multiplication. That means find the product. I thought you meant about the 2 times 3. You understand that part, right? Okay. You okay? Okay, Ben? The extra credit paper is next to Miss Wingrove's desk, and it's also in the bulletin board. Okay? But not right now. Okay, anyone else? Shane, what number? 14. Sabrina, you can go see Miss Wingrove. She'll talk to you about what to do. Okay, 14. Shane, how to do it? Is that what you said? How to do it? Okay. So step 1 on, I'm going to move the answer over here. Step 1 on 14 is, actually, leave the 2/3 alone because you can't simplify it. So leave that alone. So I would say step 1 is move your negative exponents. We're going to move these 2 to the bottom, and we're going to move this one to the top. Okay, so our next step would be 2x to the 4th, y to the 3rd, all over 3x squared, y to the 4th, z to the 3rd, z to the 4th. Do you see what I just did? Okay, you want me to keep going? You think, or are you sure? Okay. Okay, and I would write all this out, especially when there's that much stuff in it. I would write all of them out. Any other questions on the exponent part? Positive, because I know that these sometimes are confusing to a lot of you. That's why I figured we'd spend some time on these today. Okay, flip over to the back. Okay, number 1. Let's see here. Ben, can you tell us what you got for number 1? Good job. Initially, it's negative 12 over 100, which simplifies to negative 3 over 25. Number 2 on the back. Who can remind us of the formula? That's why I put this one on here last night. Alexis? Good job. So it should be 18 over 100 over 1 minus 1 over 100. The numerator is always whatever has a hat above it. Pretend like the hat's not there and write the fraction. So it's 18.18 repeating, or pretend like that's not there. You're writing it as 18 over 100. Your denominator is always 1 minus 1 over whatever place this is in. So after you subtract, we get 18 over 100 over 99 over 100. When you're dividing fractions, it's really keep, change, flip. So after you divide these, and let me know if you need me to slow down, you get 18 over 99 and completely reduce. What is your answer? Greta? Oh, yes. I was going to say 2 11s first, and then, yeah, thank you. I forgot about the 8 on my answer key. Put the 8, make sure you put the 8 in front of it. We just took this part and found what fraction that was. Then don't forget about the 8. I forgot about that on my answer key. So 8 and 2 11s. Everyone's okay on that formula? You'll see that on your review game tomorrow. Okay, number 3 and 4, I'm going to give you the answers. Number 3 should be negative 41 over 42. Number 4 should be negative 4x cubed over 3. So negative 41 over 42, and then for 4, negative 4x cubed over 3. Does anyone need me to go over either one of those? Steve, what number? 4? Okay. Okay, does anyone else need me to explain 4 to them? Greta, Kevin, Abigail? Okay. Number 4, the first thing I would do is make sure you're multiplying from left to right. Cross-simplify these two first if you can. So I started with x squared and x squared cancel. There's 2 x's here, and there's 2 x's here, so cross them off. You with me on that part? Okay. Then multiply across the top, across the bottom, just with those two, because there's nothing else that can simplify. 3 times 4 is 12. 5 times 1, there's really a 1 there, is 5. Rewrite your second fraction, so negative 10x cubed over 18. And then cross simplify. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into negative 10, negative 2 times. And then 6 goes into both 12 and 18. 6 goes into this 2 times, 6 goes into this 3 times. You guys, the 3 of you with me? Okay. Multiply across the top, across the bottom. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. Yeah, these are hard problems. These are from chapter 5, from when we put everything together. They're order of operations, but it's also fractions, multiplying, dividing. There's a lot of stuff in these. Okay. Anyone else on 4 have questions for me? Okay. Kevin, you need 3? Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else need 3 so I know who I'm talking to here? Josh? Okay. All right. So on 3, first thing you want to do is multiply. So I'm going to put this negative with the 2. Step 1, always move that negative with the numerator. We can cross simplify. 2 goes into each of these. So we're going to change that to negative 1 and 7. And then, I'm going to use a different color here. 3 goes into each of these. Change this to 1. Change this to 3. Okay? Multiply across the top, across the bottom. We get negative 3 over 7. And then rewrite our plus negative 23 over 42. Josh, you okay so far? Okay, next thing, you need to find a common denominator. So we need to change this one to be something over 42. So I'm going to write down 42 here. 7 goes into 42 6 times. 6 times negative 3 is negative 18. Not when you're adding, though. That's only multiplying. So cross simplification, you only use that with multiplying. Okay. Josh, did you find your mistake? From here to here? Okay, you understand that? Anyone else? Peyton? Oh, you don't have to. Yeah, you do not have to cross simplify. When I taught you that in chapter 5, I told you that. I like to do it. I think it saves me time, but you do not have to. You can save simplifying for the very end and do it mentally or use your calculator. Okay, anyone else? All right, now the point of that warm-up is for you to have some extra problems on exponents. I figured it'd be long, as well as the back. I took the back problems all from chapter 5. Just make sure you're clear on order of operations, how to cross-simplify, and that you only cross-simplify with multiplying, not with adding or subtracting. Okay, I am going to fly through the review answers. You ready? Starting with 49. I'm holding on, but once you get there, I'm going to fly through them. I'm not going to fly through them if you don't have it out. What I'm going to do is at the end, after I go over each page, I'm going to ask you if you have questions. That way it'll be easier rather than me flipping back. Okay? So starting with page 4, is everyone ready? Okay, 49, associative POM. Number 50, commutative POA. 51, identity POA. 52, I guess this isn't flying, huh? You're all staring at me like she can go faster. 52, x to the 8th. 53, x to the 11th. 54, 5x to the 12th. 55, 14x to the 11th. 56, 2x to the 13th, y to the 2nd. 57, x to the 6th. It is wrong, thank you. That's right. No, that's a 12. It just doesn't look like it. My board it's really small. That's why I retyped them. My fault. Okay, 58, x to the 6th. 59, 6x to the 6th. 60, 7x to the 10th over y to the, is yours a 2 or a 3? Okay, second. I figured that was a 2. Sorry about that. Questions on any of those? Okay, last row of that page, 61, 8x to the 12th, 62, x to the 10th, 63, 2x to the 6th over 3, 64, x to the 5th. Gio. Yep. Okay, so did you have, sure, so did you multiply first? Gotcha. Yeah, only do power of a power geo to what is inside parentheses. Okay, anyone else have questions on that page? Abigail, you okay? Positive? Okay. All right, 65, 1 over x to the 7th. 66, 1 over x to the 5th. 63, can't talk. 67, 1 over x to the 3rd. Okay, 68, 8.28 times 10 to the 4th. 69, 9.18 times 10 to the negative 7th. 70, 3.54 times 10 to the 7th. 71, negative 7.5 or negative 15 over 2. 72, negative 3 over 2. 73, x is less than negative 3. 74, all real numbers. Same thing as many solutions, but I'm pretty sure I taught it to you as all real numbers. Okay, 75. Is it okay if I flip? Joseph, go ahead. Okay, for 73. Okay, first thing you want to do is find a common denominator. So change negative 3/5 to negative 6 over 10. Drew, you okay? He just said he didn't know how I got negative 3. Okay, so Joseph and Drew, I guess both of you guys. Are you guys okay on first find a common denominator? Okay, then I took 9/10, I subtracted it from both sides. So negative 6 over 10 minus 9 over 10 is negative 15 over 10. Joseph, you're with me, right? And then rewrite the 1/2 x, and then multiply both sides by 2. Get rid of your fraction. This cancels. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. Remember, multiply across the top, across the bottom. You don't need to flip the sign because we did not multiply or divide by a negative. We're left with, Drew, you're with me, right? Did you find your mistake? Okay. You should have subtracted 9/10 from both sides. At this step, just divide. Joseph, what did you do? Wait, you had 5x over 5? You mean... You shouldn't have 5x over 5, though, because that's not equivalent to 1/2. if you found a common denominator, you should have changed 1/2 to something over 10. You know what I mean? So that was part of the problem, unless you did something that you're not telling me about. Do you understand it this way? Okay. In a couple minutes, just if you want me to look at yours, let me know, and I'll look through it, okay? Ben? You got 73 wrong? Did you listen to what I just went through? No? Okay, well, you need to listen. I'll come back to that in a little bit for you. Amberly? For 72? Yes, negative 1.5 is fine. Okay, let me go through a couple more, and then I'm going to save the rest for tomorrow. Okay, 75 should be 9x plus 99 centimeters squared. 76, 12x minus 30 inches squared. 77, 56x plus 7 meters squared. Ben. Okay, you think or did you? Okay. Pick one and I'll go over one of them for you. Okay, 75. So finding area of a rectangle, you take length times width. So we have 9 times, in parentheses, x plus 11, because area of a rectangle is always length times width. And then we're going to distribute. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 11 is 99. Area always has units squared. You simplified what? Okay, but you can't because these are not like terms. Remember, this is a one-headed cow. This is like money. You can't because this is an expression, not an equation. You're not solving for anything. So you can't divide. You're thinking of it being an equation, Ben. It's not. It's an expression. There's not an equal sign here, so you cannot solve anything. Okay? Drew? Okay, that's perimeter. Perimeter is at... You can't add, though. That's perimeter. You have to find area. Okay? Area formula is length times width. Perimeter formula is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. But you're finding area. Don't add for area. You'd multiply. Okay? Ben? That's fine. I'll take care of that, okay? Don't worry about that. Anyone else? Okay, Joseph, do you need me to look at yours before? Okay. Okay. All right, tomorrow's warm-up will be to check the rest of your answers. So homework is to finish the review. There's really not too much left. What is left is the stuff that we were more recently on. So 100 through 130. Sorry you didn't have time. Let me make sure there's not any mistakes here. Yeah, I know you have time in school, so that's why you're okay. No, there should not be any mistakes here. You will need to borrow a calculator. So if you have your calculator that you borrowed from me, you may take it with you. You'll need it for factorials. David, sit down, please. Please don't lose it. Okay, make sure you bring that back tomorrow. Try to be careful with it so none of them are breaking. Camille? Steve, sit down. What number? Yeah, what number are you looking at?
There's one that says 4.
Oh, 112. Yeah, 112, you'll need to know the conversion. There's 5,280 miles you'll need to know for that one in a feet. Or, sorry, I said it wrong. 5,280 feet in a mile for number 112. You will not need that for your test on Friday, just extra practice. Anyone else? Okay, go ahead and get packed up. Girls are first today.